Jeff starts now.
We are back and better than ever. Well, we're back at least. Jeff and I will review our weekends, and Jeff will share another one of his pet peeves. Then we'll travel to Prentice, learn how 3 Creameries became a worldwide hydraulic loader company. We'll get to all of that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. The Northwoods Habitat for Humanity will have a little more elbow room now. The Restore, as it's called, will be moving from where it is on Kemp Street to the former Sears building on Lincoln Street. The Restore accepts donations of things like appliances, building materials, flooring, and kitchen cabinets. Then profit from selling those items goes toward building homes and for people in need. This Habitat for Humanity chapter builds about 1 house per year, but with this new space, the group is hoping to increase that number. After 260 people were vaccinated last week in Watersmeet, the Lackview Desert Tribe will host another COVID clinic this Thursday. 300 vaccinations will be available. The clinic starts at 10 a.m. The line forms at 7:30 a.m. And by the way, last time, that initial line at 7:30 was 90 people long. Also, by the way, the 40 not used last week, they did not go to waste. Wisconsin residents will have to dial 10 digits to make local calls starting this fall. Right now, people in Wisconsin can place a local call without dialing an area code. But beginning October 23rd, people will need to include the area code in all calls. So for us, 715 will have to be dialed first for local calls. The change comes about because the FCC is establishing 988 as the new nationwide phone number for suicide prevention and mental health help. An independent film is looking for 2 or 3 Northwoods ATVers for the task of pulling people dressed in beaver costumes. You heard that right, beaver costumes. The film is for a Milwaukee marketing agency called SRH. They have been shooting a Northwoods comedy called Hundreds of Beavers for the past 2 winters, and they're going to be filming at Minocqua Winter Park this coming weekend, so that's where you come in. They are in need of 2 to 3 ATVers or UTVers to pull some people dressed in beaver costumes around for a chase scene. The dates are this weekend and Monday. The pay, $300 a day and gas money. Reach out to Crystal Westfall at the Minocqua Chamber to take part. You know, what do you say, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller? I say we do it.
You want to do it?
We'll get an ATV and we'll pull around the people just as
sign
beavers.
us up right now, Crystal Westfall. Let's make it happen. All right, here we go. Outside right now, though, it's Monday, and the clouds been increasing all day long for us, and we have a little bit of light snow to get through tonight, most likely flurries. The lights that will basically stay across central and southern parts of Wisconsin tonight. All part of a much bigger system that brought Denver almost 3 feet of snow over the weekend, Cheyenne as well. For us, though, it's fading away as it approaches Wisconsin, so we will kind of put the brakes on all the precipitation because the air is so darn dry out there today. Look at these dew points as of right now. It's 9 in Rhinelander, 13 in Merrill, 16 Wausau. This is pretty much like Phoenix, Arizona air. So as all of this begins to fall through that air, it just evaporates, right? So even though it's on the radar beam's like 7 to 10,000 feet up in Dan's favorite term, the dendrite growth zone. We see it on the radar, but it can't fall through all of this dry air at the surface. So then this looks a lot worse than it really is, but still, we could see a little bit of light flurry action tonight. Here's a live look now in Stevens Point, where the snow is not falling at all anywhere here, right? So again, aloft it's falling, but on the surface, not so much, as we'll have lots of dry air in place. But still, a couple of us could see a 1/10 or a 1/4 inch of snow tonight, especially across parts of central Wisconsin. If you're traveling south this evening, really southern Wisconsin could see 2, 3, even 4 inches of snow there. For us, though, not so much. So here are the temperatures averages. 36 is the average high, 17 is the average low, record low being 15 below. And here's what I'm going to show you on this map here. 7:04 is now the sunset this evening. Getting kind of late, right? Okay, around the horn, we're all above freezing right now, but not too far above. So temperatures are doing what they're supposed to do today. But just wait, warmer temperatures are on the way. In fact, look at this, the trend. 47 on Wednesday, 48 Thursday. Those are 50s back in the forecast Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Keep in mind, the average high is 36. Your forecast tonight, there was some light flurry action out there, not really a big deal at all, with low temperatures down near 25. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
AMSOIL Championship Snowcross, powered by Ram Trucks, is coming to Eagle River Friday and Saturday, March 19th and 20th for the Ram Truck Snowcross National in Eagle River, Wisconsin at the historic Derby Complex. The world's greatest snowcross racers compete on an extreme track for 2 days and 2 nights of great racing. Test drive a Ram truck at your local dealer and receive a Ram VIP kit. For tickets, log on to snowcross.com. That's snocross.com.
Hi, my name is Betty. I had taken a fall in November and, unbeknownst to me, got a horrible whiplash. Dr. Scher was the first one to tell me, well, you know, Betty, you've got 2 bulging discs and a pinched nerve. So I signed up with Dr. Scher. It worked. It worked. I mean, I now have full range of motion. It was life-changing. I don't have any pain.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery. Just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
Oh my gosh, I love Blake Shelton so much. Hi.
Tonight, Blake's full of charm.
He's doing the thing.
But they've got a secret weapon.
Blake Shelton would be terrible. That's a no-brainer.
I agree with Greg. The Voice new tonight on NBC.
Tonight, see why everyone is talking about the new runaway hit, Debris.
What we're looking at is like nothing on Earth. There must be a way to get them out.
There's a way.
Debris, new tonight on NBC.
Lac Vita's Air Health Center in Watersmeet at the Northern Waters Casino has the COVID-19 vaccine available on March 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for adults 18 and older. First come, first serve.
This was my beautiful sunrise at my apartment on Squash Lake near Rhinelander, Jeff, after a fulfilling weekend for me. But let's start with you. How was your weekend?
You had the best view ever. I had a great weekend, busy weekend. So Saturday was St. Patrick's Day Parade. And then I went down to Green Bay. And then Sunday was kind of just like get the house put together day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you, though, had a lot going on as well.
Yeah, we had a similar kind of weekend. I have some footage of the St. Patrick's Day Parade. I participated. You'll see me soon in the top of a truck. I'm promoting my magazine I'm a part of. There I am with my overalls. So that was fun. And you were there. You were in attendance, right?
I brought Theo, the dog. Okay. We kind of strolled around a little bit, and he said hi to everybody. And yeah, I was not in the parade this year, no. But you were.
I was, and there was another Channel 12er in the parade. Did you know that?
I know. There was some guy named Devin Biggs in the parade this year.
So let's take a look at Devin as the hodag. I didn't know the man behind the legend was Devin this whole time.
Well, I
there
texted him right before the parade. I'm like, hey, are you here? And he didn't text back, which, as you know, for Devin, that's unusual. He texts back like immediately, like the phone is in his hand, and then like an hour later, he's like, I was the hodag. I was just like, okay.
So it looks like he had a good old time. And Jeff, let's talk about our Sundays. You had a productive Sunday. I had a productive Sunday as well.
Well, I hear that something happened at your apartment.
I did. Well, let's take a look at the list. I just want to brag a little bit before I am really embarrassing myself. I made this pretty simple list, and I crossed off that and more.
And so you kept adding to it?
I'm very satisfied, but I made 3 critical errors. I think many of you will relate to this.
So do you sweep before you vacuum, or do you vacuum before you sweep?
Well, I vacuum the carpet. I sweep the kitchen floors.
Yeah.
So I didn't use detergent in my washing machine for the first cycle, so that was $2 down the drain.
Wait, so you're trying to save the environment, or what are you trying to do?
Well, that's the thing. So it's a double whammy for me, so I felt guilty about it too. Okay. Number 2, I vacuumed for about 20 minutes rather, and I didn't notice there was a huge dust ball, basically preventing any of the, dirt being picked up.
To get sucked up through the thing?
Right. So that was mistake number 2.
That was all for none then?
Correct.
Your downstairs neighbors must love you, like vacuuming for 20
Yeah, I know.
minutes.
I did feel a little bad about that. But again, the 3rd mistake here, Jeff, really takes the cake.
What was it?
I was making these dishes in the oven, and I had to put them someplace to cool, but I didn't have any counter space, and I didn't have any stove space, so I decided to let them cool on the carpet.
So you're not really a good master baker? Is that what you're saying?
So if you can look at the carpet right there, I accidentally melted parts of my carpet. I hope my landlord isn't watching, but I should probably tell him soon rather than later anyway. It's not that bad, but definitely a lesson.
Did you let out a few swear words when you did that, or was it kind of like, what am I thinking?
I don't know. I think I was in kind of a delirious state.
I had that 2 weeks ago. I made tater tots at home. Put the tater tots in the oven, right? and then left to go grocery shopping. What was I
no.
thinking? And I remembered like halfway to Triggs. I'm like, oh, I got something in the oven, right? But I would never have done that in my younger days.
Oh, so that's came recently. Well, I'm worried. I'm always worried I'm going to make a mistake like that, like leave a burner on or something. But
yeah, I remember, and it came to me, but I was like, it was kind of startling because that's just something I just don't do, right?
Yeah.
I'm very kind of cautious with stuff around the house, and I'm like, oh, I got halfway to Triggs, and I'm like, well, something is off. I'm missing something.
Maybe my space cadet mind is rubbing off on you.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think of you as a space cadet.
Okay.
I think
that's kind of you.
Yeah. There are other words probably that describe you better.
Okay, well, how about this? You ruminate on those words, Jeff. We're going to take a commercial break. We're also going to mention Jeff's big pet peeve later, but first we're going to learn about the history of Prentice with creameries and how they became big machining operations. That's just in a few minutes.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
ELM Repair in Edgar is a family-owned and operated full-service diesel repair shop. From pickups to semi-trucks to heavy equipment and RV service. If it runs on diesel, we can repair it. Want more power and better mileage? Our experienced professionals will get your truck running and at peak performance. With a state-of-the-art dyno and fully stocked parts department, we can even come out to you with our 24-hour mobile repair service. ELM is always looking for passionate and talented people to join our team. The Diesel Doctor. Have it done right the first time at ELM Repair.
This is an exciting time for people in central Wisconsin who suffer from hip and knee joint pain.
With this innovative technology, we're able to offer patients a total joint replacement that is positioned to match their individual anatomy.
We can perform with pinpoint accuracy, and we're proud to introduce this technology.
With 3D surgical planning and dynamic joint balancing, getting patients back to the things that they enjoy.
Robotic arm-assisted surgery for joint replacement at Bone & Joint. Call 800-445-6442.
Minwax makes it so easy to make wood beautiful. Once you get started, you won't want to stop. Keep on finishing with Minwax, America's #1 selling interior stain. Get it at Menards.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. We're headed west today to Prentice, and joining me today from the Price County Historical Society is Dale Hakinen. Dale, how are you doing?
Fine, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Let's talk about how Prentice pivoted away from the logging industry in the early 20th century using creameries.
Okay, sir. Prentice actually, as the logging dwindled, the farming got to be a lot bigger in the area, and they needed a creamery to process the milk into cheese and butter. They had a wooden creamery to start with, in the earliest one, and then the second one was called a Palace Dairy. And that was a good sized structure, and it was going for a number of years. And then when it went out of business, the building was converted into a machine shop for making hydraulic equipment, making mechanical jammer equipment. And as that he outgrew that facility, there was another creamery downtown that originally was a tannery, and then it was converted to a creamery. And the creamery in the 30s was going along, and then when that one died out, it was a woodworking factory, box factory, and skis. And then when that went out of business, then the second plant was converted to make a hydraulic cable type jammer machinery for the logging industry. And then the third creamery, as he outgrew that one, there was another creamery. Actually, it was a Excelsior mill, and it was a pecannery, and then creamery, and then it was made into the hydraulic knuckle boom type loader. And reason those buildings were so important, they were like incubators in the Village Apprentice, for startup companies. They were very large structures. They had a lot of electrical power in them, so they adapted really well, for that. And in fact, 2 of those buildings are still in use today. But the thing is that it made it's give a chance for them to expand their business, making that type of machinery. And of course, in our area, the Great Lakes states, logging was a big thing. But the cable jammers were all mechanical. They didn't have a way of grabbing a bundle of wood. It was one log at a time. And then when you got the cable hydraulics, now you got hydraulics, you were able to grab a bundle of wood, and it was much more productive. And of course, eventually the third all hydraulics, were a real positive type unit. And of course, then they evolved into bigger and bigger machinery. But again, the creamery, the second creamery, as he grew the company, the area, he needed a way to get to visit customers and bring customers in. So sheep ranch became available. It was 200 acres, and he thought, well, there's a good chance we can put an airport, a 2,000-foot grass runway in there. And they hired a crop duster with chemicals to kill all the brush. And I remember hearing the story about when he started flying up and going back and forth, people were calling sheriff's department saying there's some crazy fool with a beat up old biplane trying to kill himself, but they got the project done. And he was using that for flying in and out of Prentice. And of course, that night he had to use these what's called smudge pots for lights on the runway. But they had a nice start for airport, and they eventually the project got to be a point where it was too small for the existing aircraft. And then people were starting to use the runway to golf driving range. They thought, my gosh, this would work real good. So what they did was they built one green alongside the runway, then a second green and a third green. Pretty soon it's a 9-hole golf course. And then as people would circle the airport to land, they would get off the runway, land, and then go back to golfing after that. But the FAA just didn't care for that arrangement. So again, as the company grew, they needed a bigger airport. So they, on that 200 acres they had purchased back in the 60s, it was $2,800, I believe. And they designed a industrial park. They designed an airport. They designed a subdivision overlooking the golf course. So they got a lot of miles out of that project. And then again, as the company grew, the new airport that they decided to build was a 3,600 foot all-weather blacktop. And the equipment that they used there was a lot bigger, obviously, but they had the village had had logged it off, for wood, and then whatever was left over, people get free firewood. And then they had the National Guard there with some equipment, and then the local company had excavator type equipment for pulling stumps. And once they had it cleared off, they hired a contractor to level the runway up. But now we got a all-weather airport, for twin-engine aircraft. And again, as the company grew, they were bringing customers in, and it actually doubled as an airport for some of the other bigger businesses that located in Prentice because of the airport. And where they were able to attract businesses for the Prentice area. And of course, there's little cluster businesses now in that industrial park, in apartment building and a subdivision. But now as the company grew into bigger machinery, they were doing out west logging, and then they started building equipment for the Air Force. They started building equipment for NASA down in Florida, the Liberty ships. They had Prentice loaders on the ships for retrieving the Columbia solid fuel rocket boosters, and then those cone pieces on the rockets. So it all evolved from 1945. The company's about 75 years old, but they did a lot of things in the Village of Prentice to make the community grow. And of course, as the community grew, the company grew. It started off with 3 employees in the 40s to 5 employees later. Pretty soon in the second creamery, it was 25, 35 employees, and then it grew. And in the third creamery, it was 400 people that he had working there. And of course, the housing in Prentice, we didn't have a lot of housing, and the village board went ahead and subdivided 2 areas and created lots for the curb gutter blacktop lots back in the 60s, and they sold those lots back then for $500 a lot. And of course, all that whole area is all developed now, in housing. But again, it's amazing what you can do when you got a small community with the people that get together and put the projects together.
It's crazy the domino effect from these creameries, right? They were able to adapt to other tasks very easily, and it provided a lot of jobs, and it brought the initial airport here, which turned into a golf course. So a lot of things seemingly came from the success of these creameries.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If it wouldn't have been for those creameries there, again, building a brand new building, but having the building and space available with the electrical power was a big thing. And I mean, Prentice isn't the only one that had creameries converted, for industrial uses.
Dale Heikkinen from the Price County Historical Society. Thanks again for joining the program, Dale.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I think RVA is doing an excellent job of preparing the kids for college. My daughter, who's a junior, is going to start college classes, and she could graduate with almost a full associate's degree.
I think the one thing that people should know about RVA is how well-rounded it is with all the extra things that they can do, not only through school, but through student council and National Honor Society.
The teachers are the best, and the students in RVA are really helpful. I think it's a great program.
So much time at home. I need new furniture.
Dylan, it's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about a dining room for just $20 a month?
I'm more of a pizza in front of the TV kind of guy. Recliners. I've always wanted a couple of those.
How about two of these for just $30 a month when you spent $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for Spinal Aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
In response to the delays associated with COVID-19, Furniture and Mattress USA works to make things easier and safer for you. Number one, if you like it, you can buy it right off their showroom floor. 2, all new items and arrivals will be posted on Facebook Marketplace every Tuesday, so you can see what's new for your home. 3, Furniture and Mattress USA, along with Lazy Boy Comfort Studio, will special order anything you need. Furniture showrooms located on Highway 45 North, Indigo.
If your kitchen is dated and showing signs of wear and tear, then listen up. Mad City Kitchens can give your kitchen a brand new look in as little as 2 days. We are Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, your trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. A+ rated with the BBB, and our design consultants make it fun and easy. Why wait? Final week of the month to make the call to Mad City Kitchens. Don't put your dreams of having a gorgeous kitchen on hold. Act now during our 60-60-60 sale and get 60% off installation, 60 months zero interest, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with purchase. And call during this program for a free $100 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate. From Wausau and North Central Wisconsin, dial 715-503-4198. That's 715-503-4198. Call now.
Well, it definitely was a positive investment because the
the kitchen's so much better looking, it has to have raised the value of the home.
With so many colors and wood stain options from Cascade White to Chocolate Pear, Mad City Kitchens can transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days. Avoid the mess and stress of a conventional remodel and stay under budget. From cabinets to countertops and more, don't just dream about it. Final week of the month to call during our 60-60-60 sale. Get 60% off installation on your cabinet refacing project. 60 months, 0 interest, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with purchase. And call now during this program for a really nice gift. Receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate. From Wausau and North Central Wisconsin, dial 715-503-4198. That's 715-503-4198. Call now.
Welcome back to the show. Local curmudgeon Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, you have a pet peeve for us.
My next pet peeve is when companies overexploit good ideas. Visually, what you have here, these are all the flavors of Oreos you can get right now at the store, right?
17.
17 on this table, and there's probably more. Like I don't have the gluten-free ones up here. But what was wrong with the original Oreos, right? That's why everybody got into Oreos.
Right.
Nothing was wrong with them at all. But now we have 17 more flavors. Do you agree with
Sure.
my pet peeve here?
I agree with you. You know, I look on this table, I see mega stuff and I see double stuff.
What's the difference?
We don't need a mega stuff
There's
and a
just
double
more stuff in there, right? It's still the same ingredients, so you can have like 2 for the price of 1.
I agree with you, Jeff, and I got to say, companies, they're so driven by profit. I think we wouldn't make very good CEOs because we would just be like,
look at birthday cake flavor, and then over here there's carrot cake Oreos.
Right.
Did you know that there's carrot cake Oreos at home? Over here, Lady Gaga Oreos. Lady Gaga Oreos.
What does that even mean? Yeah, that's not a flavor.
What is that? Like,
I don't know. And here's another thing. You know, we have chocolate peanut butter pie and we have peanut butter. You know,
so
there's
they're
an overlap.
They're so similar, right? So they're being exploited. So I feel bad for the original Oreo because now it has like 17 brothers and sisters. It doesn't need that. Also, same thing happens in movies, right? Like for instance, the original Jurassic Park. Great movie, but now there's like 5 other Jurassic Parks, not as great movies. Do you agree?
I agree, but also, you know, Star Wars. There were a couple good Star Wars.
There are a few exceptions where the trilogies make sense.
And even Star Wars had some duds too. Like there are a couple, like I could do Oreos and I could do one fudge covered Oreos, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's do 1 or 2 varieties.
There are people who like this kind of stuff, but again, I just think that companies sometimes take a good idea and take it too far, and then this, you know, makes good visuals, right? This may be a bit too far.
All right, so I think it's time for dinner, Jeff. We're gonna finish off these Oreos. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we're still alive by then. Hope these Oreos didn't put us under. But thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Good job.